Genuinely great RTS games are rather few and far between these days, but if you've been looking for an all-encompassing World War II strategy game that focuses on player choice, freedom, actual tactics, coupled with in-depth single-player and multiplayer campaigns and battles, then I implore you to look no further, because Men of War 2 offers all of this and more. And thanks to Men of War 2 for sponsoring this video, I'm able to give you this in-depth showcase of why this game is worth your time. So stick around and be prepared to witness some awesome World War II strategy that's finally available on Steam and Epic Game Store right now. Now, if you're wondering what Men of War 2 even is, well, it's the fully fledged sequel to the classic Men of War game from all the way back in 2009. And thankfully, what we have on our hands here is a behemoth. As an RTS, you get to take control of the Soviet, American, and German armies in various battles and campaigns spanning World War II. And yes, we are of course talking the works here, meaning you get to control everything from infantry units, artillery, tanks, and other motorized vehicles, to aerial death traps like bombers, and pretty much everything in between. Now, while you might have embarked on similar World War II adventures in the past, what sets Men of War 2 apart is the sheer depth and dedication to all-out epic war, while maintaining that sense of granular tactical action. I mean, never have I been able to witness such an awesome artillery defense against a German assault as I've done here. Seeing gun after gun firing while being protected by the very defenses I myself put up, or indeed the counter-assault by yours truly, when my tank division reinforcement finally made it to the field. And just look at how awesomely this is portrayed. Most RTS games like to take things slow or play around with just a few units. But Men of War 2 says heck no, decides to create a tactical RTS that actually feels like it, and makes it all come together to create these types of epic scenes. Acting more like a strategy simulator hybrid than a regular casual RTS game, it really feels like everything is possible here. Make use of the right tactics and most strategies can be viable. And even though some of the grander spectacles make for some absolutely awesome scenery, one of my great epiphanies happened when I led a small group of American infantry into the thick of it. You see, my mission was to aid a bogged down allied unit, and I had to do so without losing most of my men in the process. I made it rather far, taking down the initial resistance, but sadly, I lost way too many units on my way there, and suddenly the German tanks got me bad. So for my next try, I had to use my brain. First of all, I had my men assume a prone position, minimizing their visibility to the enemy. I managed to take out the forces with minimal casualties, and made great use of my one bazooka unit to take down an incoming tank. I was super afraid of this one sniper guy though, but I took him out by carefully maneuvering around him, and that felt wow, so good. And now, instead of making my way around this big camp, which means exposing my men and possibly being ambushed by tanks again, Men of War 2 allows you to pick up and make use of abandoned enemy equipment, which means that I was suddenly in possession of 2 freaking anti-tank artillery cannons. Of course though, Men of War 2 is a simulation type game after all, meaning anti-tank weapons are good for more than just tanks. Safe on my hill, I could comfortably dispose of the enemy from afar, and looking positively badass while doing so. This high ground position and my new sweet cannons would ultimately lead me to victory and allowed me to save my allies in this game, and tells you all you need to know about how important maneuvering and tactics really are in Men of War 2, as I managed to take my all-infantry regiment and essentially turn it into a powerful anti-tank artillery unit. Indeed, this depth is evident no matter which unit you're in control of, and it becomes so right off the bat. No matter your situation, every unit has a number of personal abilities which will make or break any combat situation. From the various firing modes of a mortar crew, to an artillery nest being able to not just fortify its position, but also make use of camouflage to keep it from being seen, to infantry units picking up weapons and assume control of left behind equipment and vehicles, to using different types of bombs for a bomber run, or indeed having your men dig fortifications like trenches, lay down barbed wire, or other types of defenses. You'll never really run out of options here, of ways to shape your own battlefields to best suit your defensive and offensive needs. One of my great aha moments came when I realized that I could actually personally control tanks, decide myself where they would move, and aim and shoot with my very own mouse. It's this type of granular depth and variety that truly sets Men of War 2 apart. And I love truly feeling like I'm playing a game where the developers are as passionate about granular and tactical options as I am. Because in the end, that's what creates those memorable moments, those gameplay scenarios you'll remember a long time after, and what makes you come back for more. Speaking of coming back for more, if the wealth of moment-to-moment action wasn't enough, I'm thoroughly impressed with the amount of content Men of War 2 offers. There is a plethora of campaign missions ready to be played right off the bat here, again letting you assume control of one of our 3 factions, and relive the various fronts of the war as portrayed by the game, mission after mission with increased difficulty. However, this closer narrative story isn't everything. We even have larger scope historical campaigns with even more grand scale missions and even an all new type of campaign, where battles are fought after moves are made on a strategic map. Here, you are able to attack and defend positions and move units around, unlock new technologies and units as you go, and then make use of it all when your 2 sides clash, making for campaigns that are tailored to be a bit more free-spirited and open-ended than the other types of missions. And then there's Raid, an innovative type of skirmish mode that essentially creates fast-paced battles for you every time with whatever faction you want, for a quick jump in and test your skill type of battles. I love this, and I appreciate how much variety in single-player goodness there is here. But that's the thing, because even though they might first and foremost be seen as single-player modes, every one of these campaigns can actually be played in multiplayer, alongside not just one friend, but with up to 5 people in a game. Meaning Men of War 2 is shaping up to be pretty much the perfect player versus enemy RTS. And not just that, of course, but we have dedicated multiplayer modes here as well, such as the Battalions PvP, which focuses on team games and coordination between players, Combined Arms, which is a somewhat smaller but an all-rounder mode, and Classic PvP, focusing on longer and more complex strategic plays. In other words then, it's rare to see an RTS offer this much variety and this many options in both its single player and multiplayer offering, even to the point of offering both matchmaking and lobbies, which in my opinion is a lost art. And I particularly appreciate the fact that it's possible to cooperate with friends in these single-player campaigns, a feature way too few games allow for if you ask me. Indeed, Ukrainian developer Bestway is dedicated to offer a game that keeps the player in mind and caters to your wishes, and as such, Men of War 2 offers full modding support, meaning those interested will have a field day when it comes to making their own creations, and ensuring that Men of War 2 can become exactly what you want it to be. I've loved my time with Men of War 2 thus far, and I have so much more to explore and experience. Of course, this is the game's very beginning, and I'm so excited to see more of what the multiplayer experience has to offer over time as well, especially as more people learn the ropes and how to properly utilize everything Men of War 2 puts at our disposal. Men of War 2 is available now on Steam and Epic Games Store, so make sure to check it out. Let me know what you think of Men of War 2 and the series so far, and remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, thank you so much to Men of War 2 for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!